Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to SimAirport, a name that I got right this time, which is great news. Kind of awkward when you're sitting down to play one game and you kind of say that. It's, you know what it's like? It's oh boy, this is an explanation that family-friendly channel. How do I say that? Well, sort of advertiser-friendly channel. It's like when you go for a date. You go on a date, you go out for a nice meal, you get along really well, you start having some drinks, and you kind of give each other the look, and you're like, hey, I don't know, that's how every good conversation over dinner goes. Hey, that's how that, yeah. Anyway, you're like, hey, we're going back to my place, and if you say it that way, it's guaranteed to work. We're going back to my place. You get into Netflix and chill. You're watching, like, I don't know, The Lord of the Rings, so probably Amazon Prime and chill rather than Netflix, depending on what region you're in. And, you know, it would be like you say Dumbledore instead of Gandalf, right? You know, you're not quite watching Lord of the Rings, if you know what I mean, and midway through, you're like, you're yelling Dumbledore instead of Gandalf, right? It's like that. You know, read into that how you like, okay? That's open for interpretation. Oh, God. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, the various disclaimers that I have to declare every time I upload a video to YouTube are going to have a fun time with that one. Oh, God. Oh, what am I doing? All right. Welcome back to SimAirport. There were some fantastic comments on the last episode, and I want to just dive right into dealing with those because a lot of people were very keen to say that the body scanners are just painfully slow. And they are. It's kind of that simple. The body scanners are terribly, terribly slow. So what I'm going to do is dismantle 3 of them. We're going to grab some metal detectors and we're just going to replace them with these guys. Because honestly, it's just easier. It's just a bit easier if we put in the metal detectors. The airport's not necessarily as secure as it would otherwise be. But the metal detectors are going to let people get through here so much quicker than the body scanners. So it means that the airport should no longer have issues with security holding people back. We shouldn't really be seeing too many people getting held up by the body scanners. I'm also not 100% sure why everyone's going over there. That's a bit weird. I think I have to assign these guys, right? So yeah, you need to assign to there. You need to be assigned to there, and then you need to be assigned to this one, and then these ones need to be built before they can be assigned. So you go to that one, and then this one over here, once it's built, which it is, goes to there. So that should be perfect in terms of everything being assigned, and everybody should start getting through security just that little bit quicker once we have the metal detectors up and running at 100%, which it looks like they are. It definitely looks like there's fewer people kind of waiting around in security to get through. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. So we will probably have some ongoing issues with some people that have been here for a little bit, but for the most part, that should more or less sort things out. Now, another thing that I saw in the comments on the last episode was that I forgot to assign this queue. And you're completely right, I totally did. So we'll get that fixed, and we're going to say no first-class passengers in that queue, because what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to build another little queue right here. We'll assign that, and it's going to be first-class only. And I guess that way, it's like, you know, first class kind of comes down around and goes straight through this little queue here. And then, you know, this one here is just a bit shorter, and that kind of works out nicely. So that should make things a little bit neater. And I don't know if it's more efficient to have a queue, but it makes things a little bit neater. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So that's just a little bit of an application of some of the things that I saw in the comments on the last episode. And can you imagine if I was like, thanks for watching, everybody. That'll do for today. Bye. You know, quick 3-minute. Honestly, YouTube's algorithm would probably love a 4.5-minute long SimAirport video. It would be in everyone's recommended, and all the comments are gonna be like, why? Why is this a thing? Because YouTube's all about short videos these days. I swear to God, channels like mine, I don't know if this is like old man yells at cloud territory, but I feel like channels like mine, it's tricky. I'm not saying anything I do is necessarily super creative and deserves to be trending or suggested to everybody on the platform, but I feel like, I mean, YouTube's brought the minimum required length for a video to have ads down from 10 minutes to 8 minutes. Remember when every video was like 10 minutes, 1 second? That's just to get the ads. Now you'll see a bunch of videos that are like 8 minutes long. That's just to get the ads. So YouTube's really about all that short format stuff today, mostly because of TikTok, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, some fantastic comments on the last episode, and there were a whole bunch that were talking about what I could do with both security and check-in and boarding and, you know, deboarding and all that kind of stuff to make the airport a bit more efficient. And there was one comment that really There was one comment that really stuck out to me, which was that the airport should probably be a one-way system. So basically, I'm probably going to do that, because I do agree that it'll probably be quite the efficient system for an airport to operate on, right? So that's probably that's what we're gonna do. That comment really stuck out to me. So anyway, oh, I forgot I had an underground on this place. Anyway, that's the plan. At some point, we're gonna go with a one-way system around the airport, but for now, I do just want to build another aircraft stand or two. So I want to go ahead and build, I think we could get 2 more small stands. So I'm just going to build those, and I'm just going to go in and build another big old section of foundation here as well. Because to be completely honest, I feel like we're probably going to get into the territory of wanting to sell the airport and rebuild from scratch. Since we started with the starter airport, I think it would make sense to, you know, get all of the research done and then, you know, get the best airport that we can get. Obviously, we can expand the land a little bit if we want to, but I think it would be good to get the best airport we can possibly get and then potentially just go ahead, sell it, and build another one. I think we could make something a lot more efficient. I just worry that, you know, obviously money being a factor from the start, not making any money from the start, we might just end up going bankrupt, and it might be a terrible idea, which is terrifying. That's a terrifying idea, because the last thing I want to do is sit down and record like an hour-long episode of this that's like, we're building a new airport. You know, that'll be the title or something, because it'll do really good for clicks. You know, building a new airport, selling my old airport. And then I get an hour and a half into, you know, recording that episode, and I'm bankrupt and can't do a single thing. I hate wasting time. Wasting time is genuinely my biggest pet peeve. I hate it. It's right up there. It's like wasted opportunities and wasted potential, right? Genuinely, one of my biggest pet peeves, or my biggest is like wasted time / wasted potential. And I don't know where it necessarily comes from, because obviously, like, what I do as a job, it's not high art, right? I could potentially apply myself somewhat differently and go out into the world and contribute something more to society, potentially. I don't know. I might be selling myself a little bit highly there, but the point is, I've seen so many people over the years who are, you know, they're ridiculously smart. You know, you meet these people and it takes just in 2 seconds, you're like, oh my God, this person is smarter than I'm ever gonna be. Or you meet someone and it's like, oh my God, this person is funnier than I am ever going to be. Or this person is whatever. Right? It's whatever it may be. This person is smarter, funnier, wittier. It doesn't matter what it is. But you meet these people, and sometimes, you know, they're doing a job, and you're like, oh, that makes sense. You know, the job this person's doing, that makes sense, because they are, you know, that funny or that good at what they do. But then you get these other ones, and I've known a couple over the years, and it always breaks my heart because they're so smart or funny or talented. And there's a lot of people I've been like, oh man, you need to be a YouTuber. You need to be a YouTuber, because you would be famous. You'd be so famous. You would be so successful. you would be so good at just sharing yourself with the world. And I've seen people that just, nah. It's like, okay, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to, yeah. And maybe they're, they might be happy. Like, not everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Not everyone wants that work. Not everyone wants like internet fame or whatever. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like, man, it especially when they're like, oh, I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing. I hate like the position I'm stuck in right now, but I don't know how to get out of it. And it's like, man, just to take that natural talent you have and just apply it. Like, we're all cheering you on. Just go for it. Anyway, I don't know why this video turned into like I don't know what this video is. I don't know. I don't know what this video is, but I'm on a rant. I feel like I've not been on a rant in a hot minute, so I'm sticking to it. We're staying on this path. We're sticking to the rant. That's what we're doing. So let's get this guy assigned to the baggage depot and assigned to that desk. And now those are working, which is great news. Let me also go in and use this clone tool, which this is another thing people mentioned in the comments, was that there is a clone tool and I should absolutely use it. And I'm so glad people pointed it out to me because it makes my life so much easier. But yeah, I feel like I've not been on a proper rant in a bit of a minute. So it feels, I feel at home, I feel a little bit at home ranting about whatever I might be ranting about. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's just, I think that's such a stupid thing I always say. And I do always say, I don't know if it's just me, but it's like when people post on Reddit, does anybody else share this really common opinion? Does anyone else have this really common opinion on this really common topic? It's annoying, and I know it's annoying, and I need to stop saying it, but it is what it is. The point being, I always want to see people like do amazing things, and I'm always trying to push people. Like if I don't know. I don't know. I guess it maybe stems from like, I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing. And I feel I've always had this sense of like imposter syndrome with doing this YouTube thing. Cause I've been to different events over the year. I mean, I haven't been to events in years, thank you, COVID, but I've been to different events over the years, and this was when the channel maybe had 100,000 subscribers, maybe 150, and I'm looking around the room, and there's a YouTuber with 5 million subscribers. There's a YouTuber with 1 million. There's a YouTuber that I've been watching for 5 years that I have the pleasure of collaborating with. There's a YouTuber with, 6 million, 7 million, 3 million, 4 million subscribers. There's guys that have met this celebrity, collaborated with that celebrity. There's someone that's in this game. There's the director of this company whose games I've been playing since I was but a wee lad. So there's like, I don't know. I think that's maybe it. I like to try and encourage people and cheer them on when they're trying to do something they're passionate about, because I feel like I'm an imposter. Not to be depressing, but I do genuinely sometimes get a real bout of imposter syndrome, and I'm like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Anyway, now that I've built the 2 extra aircraft stands over here, what I want to take a second and do is I want to look into this whole situation with representatives for airlines. So to actually negotiate a contract with an airline, we need to have accepted 8 flights from them. So Lernyville, at the minute, we have 13 flights from. We don't have a rep though. So what I'll do is I'm going to assign the rep that we have on Aerotime to Lernyville. We're going to go look at contract negotiations. We're going to say we want 3 planes from them. And if we choose the time preference, this is going to be the preferred time for the airline. So the higher the score, the less it's going to cost them and me. So they want some morning flights, which is their preferred one. We want 3 flights. So if we give them a call, what they happen to want is, let's see here. So they're not happy. They're not happy at the minute by the looks of it. They don't want any first class lounges, or at least, well, we're not offering any first class lounges. They don't want any flight crew lounges. They do want an office. I'm willing to offer 4. I'm willing to offer 2 gates and 4 offices. I'm willing to offer a cafe because we have one. I'm willing to offer a conference room because, yes. My service reliability, I don't really know what that is right now. They want 45%. I'm offering 45. That's fine. They want cafe profit shares. Yeah, you can have maybe 5 of that, which they're not going to be thrilled about. They are not getting any profit shares from my stores, although we're not offering them a store, so that's fine. That minimum load per flight is probably all right. They actually don't want a whole bunch of people anyway. Breach penalty, if I breach the contract, $100,000 is probably reasonable. Runway fees are whatever. Terminal fees or whatever. They're not thrilled about my offer. But we'll send that over and we'll see if they take it. They are relatively happy with me, and they want to negotiate further. Okay. So they want a first-class lounge. They want 2 offices. They want 3 stands, which I'm not willing to do. Let's go to the next round here. They're not getting a lounge. It's that simple. They're not getting 3 gates. They can have 2. They can have 2 offices, which is what they wanted. They wanted a store. That's fine. They can have a conference room. That's fine. They want 60% reliability. That's fine. And let's send that offer and see if they will take it. I don't know if they will. And they want to negotiate further. Oh my God. They really want that first class lounge, huh? They want less offices now, which is interesting. They want, I guess, 65% on that. They want to increase that. That's fine. I don't really want to give them a lounge. So they really want the lounge. Oh no, they don't. They want to go down on offices. Okay, next round. So let's see. So this is their offer, right? Let's send that over and see if they take it. I don't know if they will. Oh my God. There we go. We got a fair deal. So what do they actually want now? So they want a small gate. They want a store, a cafe, and a conference room. Now that we can do. So this conference room here is for Lernyville. We got 3 flights out of that, which is fair enough. So what I think we'll do is we'll go ahead and they only wanted 1 gate, right? So we'll assign this one to Lernyville right there, which will keep them happy. And then what we can actually, let's assign gate E1 to Lernyville because all of the flights on there are theirs anyway. So gate E1. Let's go to this one. Let's assign it to, we've already maxed that. So can I not unassign it from the airline? There we go. So unassign you, go down to you and assign E1, which should be fine now. So if we go to flight management, gate, oh my God. Why is this one over here still theirs? So unassign, please. So G1 is no longer a Lernyville gate. And then E1 should now be their gate, which means Starflight needs to be moved down to here. And then what we can do is grab these other Lernyville flights and throw them into those various spots. So something a little bit like that. And then we have these flights kind of, creeping over into the afternoon, but that should be fine. So that's now their gate, which will keep them happy. They also wanted a cafe and a store. So let's go ahead and just assign this one to the Lernyville cafe, which it's not great for environments. Let's give it a window since everybody loves windows. And I guess we'll give them a window here as well, which might be a weird place for a window, but I guess that's what we're doing. It might improve the environment in there a little bit. I don't really know that it will. I mean, yeah, a little bit. 34% is better than it was. The environment in general is not great. There's not a lot of open space, but yeah, it's an average cafe, which is fine. Lernyville is probably an average airline, so that's about on point for what I'm expecting. And then they want a store. And I've got no idea what way I'm going to do stores. And I'll be completely honest, my original reason for wanting to build these 2 new stands was because I want to turn gate B1 into a large gate. So really the whole idea here is to move all of these flights from B1 down to G1, and then we'll turn that gate up there to into a large one so I can get some larger flights, really. So we'll do that sort of thing. And that should be fine. We could probably also go ahead and grab a few afternoon flights from, let's say, if we went to Aero Time, we could potentially get up to 8 flights from them, which would be kind of exciting. I'm not going to, but I could. Let's grab a small one from Pacific. Let's grab a small one from WestJet. And I guess we'll grab one from Aero Time as well. So give me the 737. So that's 3 afternoon flights, which can go into this gate down here. And that will keep us busy and should give us a little bit more money. And then for evening flights, it's going to be Lernyville. So they don't actually look to have very big planes. Oh, no. Well, 90 people each, which is kind of fine. So at least, no, that's not 90 people, 50. Okay, so we want to get the Bombardier-8, which I don't know if they're actually offering me. So aircraft type is the D8Q400, which is neither of these. Huh. All right. Well, that's fine. I guess we'll just go 1 and 2 and 3. And then we'll throw those into stand F1 as well. And that should give us a whole bunch more people. So a whole bunch more people. That should keep security busy. And of course, we're going to turn this guy into a large stand as well. So this might backfire. This might backfire. Security might be terrible, but at the very least, we'll see what happens. And while they're doing all that, let's build another hangar so we can get some more baggage cars. And let's make sure that these are all connected, which they absolutely are. I did see some comments that were worried that I hadn't connected some of the new stands. I think me connecting them got cut out of the video, but I did absolutely connect them at some point shortly after building them. So let's see here. Large aircraft gate right there, please. And I guess what we do is we go upstairs, we go to foundation, and we'll build to... I'm just going to build all of this. It's a bit expensive. It's very expensive, but I'm just going to build all of that because it might give me a better sense of what we're kind of working with. It might give me a better sense of what I can potentially do because now we're above the arcade, right? So how are we getting people up there? How are we getting people down there? That's kind of what I'm wondering at the minute. Because I guess if we wanted to, we could have some stairs that kind of come up here, right? We could have some stairs that come up this part here. So you kind of come in here, you go straight across, you can sit, go to your queue, whatever. But then getting out, I mean, they would be separated kind of nicely, right? Because my thinking would be if I go to, I think I can get escalators now, right? Yeah. So we could go to escalators and have some escalators that go, you know, this way. So the offices might need to be turned around a little bit. But you would have some escalators that go up. And I guess escalators. I wonder if I replace those stairs with an escalator, would that be better? It honestly might. Let's go into construction. Let's go to dismantle and dismantle. And then actually I need to prioritize those as well, don't I? So priority urgent and priority urgent. And then escalators. As soon as these are dismantled, we kind of need to get the escalators being built. So the stairs are gone. And the stairs here are very much not gone, but they would go right about there. So again, priority is urgent and priority is urgent. So they should get built. In theory, they should get built, although people are also going down these escalators here, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure why people are able to go down. I mean, you can if you want to. Hold on, what is so escalator? Can I not change direction? What way is that one going? Because they're both green there, right? So that's red. So that one's down. That one's up. So now the one-way thing's working. Right, now the one-way thing's working. That's fine. I don't really know why you need to have two. Wait, sector not accessible. Why is it not accessible? It is clearly accessible. It's quite clearly accessible. They can clearly get up here. If I like build an arcade and then clear it. So say, you know, none. Okay, so that's updated the sector, so that's fine. They can get up, they can get down. That's kind of what we're looking for. I I kind of wish the escalators were in a better spot. That's what I'm thinking at the minute. So that's potentially something we're going to have to figure out, because they definitely should be in a bit of a better spot. Now, I did mention in the last episode the idea of having escalators per gate, and there were some comments that mentioned that some airports do have escalators per gate. So that's potentially something I'm going to look into. But I think for now, what I'll do is we'll shrink this queue right down. We can also dismantle this guy. And I guess what we'll also do, well, do I want to do escalators per gate? I mean, I could. We could. And then we would have just the one escalator for getting out of here, which might be kind of weird. That really might be kind of weird. I don't know about that. Especially with this, well, I think we'll give it a shot. I think that's about all we can do is give it a shot, because this is still not going to be the final layout for everything. So I figure, you know, why not? So this guy would go, I want to say there, and that's fine. And then what we would do is escalator down in that spot, which is currently blocked by those benches. So construction and dismantle. We'll dismantle these guys. All of this should be easy enough to build. But once those are out of there, if I go back to escalators up, we can say they need to be right there. So escalators up right there. We're also doing the floor here apparently, which is fair enough. And I guess the way we look at this is we also go to construction and clone. I guess I want to clone all of this as well. So this would all go right about, I guess, there, right? So that's an exact clone. We could do some toilets in that space. We could maybe do some stores up here if we really wanted to, which is fair enough. In terms of flooring, I mean, it's going to be relatively boring for the time being, but we'll do that. And I guess what we also do is go to door, and we'll put let's do a large sliding door there instead. And let me dismantle this one. Now, in the vein of talking about YouTube comments, I did see there was definitely more than one is what I'll say, because I can't remember exactly how many there were. But there was definitely more than one that made mention of the idea of having people board the planes upstairs, get off the planes downstairs. And that is definitely something I would like to look into. I'm not 100% sure how exactly that would work, because obviously we can build a door down here. That doesn't mean that this door actually would actually work for getting people out here, right? So that might not be a thing in this sense. It might be a case of having them board up here and then they would kind of go downstairs into a corridor and then out. That might be what we end up doing, but we'll find out, right? That's essentially what we're going to do. We'll find out what happens. We'll find out what we can do. We'll see what works. We'll see what doesn't. I'm just curious, really. I'm kind of enjoying experimenting with the game to see what I can and can't do. So we'll put that there, since it nicely sort of surrounds the escalators. We can go upstairs. We can do some queues in here as well. So we'll go to queue. We'll go to expand. It's going to start right about there and go, I think, 4. And then we start sort of bringing it over like this. So it's going to come down to about there. And then this one goes down here. And we want to assign this guy to both queues and to the stand. This guy is first class only. This guy is coach only. And that should now work. We can also probably go ahead and get rid of the bin that's kind of in the middle of the floor there. But that should work. That should be fine. I'm also thinking I can probably go into comfort and get myself a bench for right about there as well, since it's a bit of a weird spot, but it'll do the job. So that should now be 2 large working large stands, whatever the way that sentence should have been structured. Now what's going on here? The airline is missing. Oh yeah, they still want a store. They're not going to be happy about that, but they'll live. Let's see if we can get some large flights. Right, so we can get WestJet, we can get a Forward Air, we can get SparkJet. What are they offering? A 707? So a 707 has 180 passengers. That's fine. What are you offering? A 767 has 250. I want the 250. So we're going to do the 250. We're going to put it right about there. We'll extend it. We've got you with a 767. What about a 7? So 707 is what? Again, 187. Yeah. So we're going to go with a 76 in the morning there as well for Aerostar. And we'll extend it out to about there. For some afternoon flights, we got some 767s there. We got 707s. So I think we'll just take the two 767s from a Forward Air for the afternoon, since that's going to be a good number of passengers. And then for the evening, I'm hoping we can get something similar. So let's take a look at Rexicana, which is a 707. I don't really want it. We got a 767 there, and SparkJet has two 767s. So we'll grab the two 767s and we'll throw those onto the newsstand as well. So that should keep the airport relatively busy throughout all of that time. And that's good. That's what we're looking for. So that'll hopefully get those airlines quite happy as well. We've got this space up here, which obviously, now that I think about it, actually is going to be in urgent need of some bathrooms. So let's just build a bathroom, I guess, in this space. So something like that's fine. We can go to door and say that we go for a large sliding door at the front. And I guess in terms of toilets, what we could do is some stalls there. We could maybe do kind of a wall. I don't know if we want a wall there, actually. Let me cancel that bit. So cancel you, and we'll just do some sinks at either side. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not exactly the most efficient, but it will do the job, and that's all I need it to do. In terms of flooring, we'll go for these tiles. And then once that's done, we can just copy and paste it over this way, and we'll just have two restrooms up here, which are admittedly a bit weird looking and have a bit of a weird layout, but that's fine. Not really too stressed about it. I think, you know, it's a good little space. So let's go to all. Let's go to clone tool. We'll grab you and put you there. And then in terms of restrooms, we'll do a female restroom there and the male one just about there. And that'll be fine. Although this is apparently not working. There we go. So now those are working. All of the passengers upstairs no longer have to go down and sort of out of the airport to go to the bathroom. And we should, in theory, have a good number of passengers starting to come through here. So there's a lot of them sitting downstairs still, which is perhaps a bit weird. I would like them to go sit upstairs, but we get this plane coming in. We get everybody getting off and heading out. We get everybody coming up to queue. And is it boarding okay? There's still 170 in total that need to get on there. And there's not as many in the queue as I would like. Downstairs is not crazy busy either. So I think for the most part, the plane's doing fine. The other large one, should it not have landed by now? Should we not have another large plane on the ground right now? This guy. Oh, did I not? Oh, I might not have actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, I probably haven't zoned, or I didn't assign the flights early enough, so they're probably not coming in until tomorrow, which is fine. Honestly, that's okay. We'll still get a look at how the airport's doing with all of the additional stands down here. So it's going to be busy, but in terms of money, we're looking at 335,000, near 336,000 every single day, assuming no cancellations. And speaking of money, I should probably do something about this this store that Lernyville wants. So let's, I guess, go ahead and see what we can do for it. So in terms of construction, I think I'm just going to do sort of a random size here. Let's go for, I kind of like that. I think 13, maybe 14. I think 13 though is probably good enough. So we'll do that. We'll go for a nice big door, which is going to be right about there, which I think is going to be the middle of the store, which is fantastic, but I want to make sure that's not a priority over the building itself. Because if we open that up, then it's no longer a secure area, and the airport's not going to like that. So if these guys wouldn't mind doing some construction before building the door, that would be preferred. Okay, so a store needs a cash register and any product to sell. So the Lernyville store, I'm guessing, I mean, what would it be? It's a budget airline, right? It's a budget airline, so I think it would be things like souvenir stands and potentially, well, I guess books as well, probably. I mean, all the books would likely be advertising something to do with the airline, but we'll do some books. We can rotate this around. We could do like a library almost if we wanted to, which would be interesting, but I don't think we need to do that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this kind of little book display. So we kind of do those ones and then sort of against each other. So a lot of books would definitely be an option. They usually do some kind of candy because the way that tends to work is you put it by the door, the kids see it and the kids are like, oh, I want that. And then the parents are like, ugh. So we'll do that, which is probably solid. Clothing is maybe a weird one, but you would probably likely be able to get some kind of weird like hat or something with the airline's logo. And then makeup is probably one as well, I would say. I think makeup is usually something that you're gonna get in here. It'll be cheap as hell, but that's fine. And for a pharmacy, what about a news stand instead? That would definitely be a plus. So we'll get that. That'll be fine. That's gonna be the store layout. Then in terms of construction and flooring, we just need to put the same wood floor that we have there right by the door. And for the store itself, I want to see what this stone looks like. Might be kind of interesting to have a bit of stone in there. Although I'd also like a sort of black marble look for some of it as well, but I don't think I'm going to get that because it certainly doesn't look like there is a black marble. That tile's not too bad. It's not exactly appealing though, but I think it'll do the job. And the store's working, so that's great. So I guess what we do is wait until the floor is done and then assign this to the airline. So let's go and assign it to Lernyville, which will keep them nice and happy. So there we go. Lernyville Air Store. We got 2 people working. The cafe is kind of doing its thing. Can I get more kitchen staff? Is that an option? I don't know if it is. I mean, there's an overview. There's plates need washing. I don't know if the kitchen's doing well or not, but we have a store, so that's fine. That's hopefully going to make us some money. I have seen comments that say I should add a store to the front end of the airport, which I still want to do, to be honest. I do still want to do that. I think it'd be kind of cool. We just don't really have the space at the minute. We definitely should do that, though. We should definitely get ourselves a store. Also, why are there so many people going that way? Where are they all going? Oh, they're just, oh, you know what I haven't done? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to assign a queue and probably did the same here as well. Yeah, let's just fix that. There you go. Get in line, you animals just rallying around there going crazy, doing their thing. At least they can all get down there though. And at least the airport seems like it's making money. So I guess the real question is, how does it handle having 2 large aircraft stands? Oh, here we go. Here we go. 2 big planes coming in really close to each other as well. The boarding area is doing okay. Everybody's getting off there, so everybody can get out. That's one thing. But this area is looking like it's having a bit more trouble. This is quite busy right now, which is not exactly ideal. There's a lot of people queuing. There's a lot of people going to the self-check-in kiosks. They're all getting through security though, which is good. So this flight it's boarding. It seems to be getting everybody on board. It's got another 20 people to go before everybody's on board. So hopefully it actually manages to get everyone on board. If it does, then that's a success as far as I'm concerned. So 237 right now, 238 and fully boarded. And you are about to be fully boarded as well. So that's good. So you are fully boarded. Away you go. This one is a smaller flight, which is fine. And this one isn't. So this, oh boy. Stand B1 has nothing but 767s coming in. Now that doesn't mean that there's 250 people to get on board every single time. They're not necessarily going to be full flights, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a busy one. But we're looking at 414,000 per day, which is great news. The stands are working, which is great news. We should have more flights. I mean, the airport in general it's looking like it's working, which is good. And there's a massive number of people just showed up there. So yeah, security's holding back a little bit. You know, it's not, you know, it's not flowing amazingly well, but it's doing all right. Oh boy. How many people need to deplane right now? This is 159 to get on board. And on this one, there's 157. Okay. So again, we're back to being busy, but for the most part, I mean, everyone's getting out. Everyone's doing okay. We are making really good money. The store is, I don't know how the store is doing. Revenue in current day, 33.42. So the store is not doing amazingly well, but that's okay. That's fine. I also moved the newspaper stand to outside because it turns out it's its own little thing, but this is fine. We're making money. That's kind of what I need. That one fully boarded as well. So they go out. We should have another couple coming in shortly. Baggage is moving everywhere that it seems to need to move to, which is great news. So I think we're doing fine. I mean, we're making really good money. So I think we're doing all right. Let's have a look at the loan. 750,000 to pay off. Let's just pay. Can I just shift click to pay all of it? No. Let's just pay all of that. So the loan's been paid off. We've just completed a government grant. And that now means we can get a 1 to 3% interest rate on a $2.5 million loan because my credit report is actually quite good now. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I'm actually quite pleased that the airport is working. I don't think it would continue to work all that well if I was to perhaps go ahead and say that we get a whole bunch more large stands. But I think the airport's working pretty well. So I think what I'm probably going to do is experiment a little bit with some layouts and some plans. And I don't know if it's something, I don't think it'll be an episode because it's purely going to be planning and experimenting. I might live stream it though. So if you're not following me on twitch.tv/ConflictNerd, I do recommend it because I will probably at some point in the future, in the near future, sit down and do some planning to see if we can figure some things out. And then apply those lessons to this airport. But I have some ideas and I'm excited to see where they go. I do want to see what the airport value is. So airport value is near $3 million. So we could sell the airport. I don't want to do it yet. I want to get more shops. I want to strike up more deals with the airlines. I want to see if we can make this thing a lot better than it is. Obviously, you know, research is a thing we're going to want as well, such as land expansion being a big one. Advanced ticketing, probably not a bad idea. Credit reporting, not a bad idea. One-way paths will be essential as well. So there's a lot of stuff we still need to research and a lot of stuff I want to plan and figure out. But I'm really happy with how this airport's going. So hopefully you are as well. But that's going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.